I just realized that the last video I recorded, I had the air condition going in the background, and hopefully it didn't ruin that video, but I just turned it off, so it won't. If it did ruin that one, it won't ruin this one. But anyway, I was talking with one of my clients today, and I think this might be really, really helpful. So if you find that you are struggling on the weekends with your weight loss goals, you're off from work, and it's your time to kind of let your hair down, and you find that from your weekends are ruining all the hard work that you're putting in during the week, this video probably will help, because I'm going to give you some of the things that I tell my clients to do and some of the things that I've done on my own to kind of make sure that my weekends become allies to my weekdays and my weekends don't become enemies to my weekdays. Because if you've been doing this for a while, and I tell my clients all the time that you can undo a whole week of hard work in 2 days. And if your weekend starts on Friday, it's even worse. So the one thing I was telling my client today is we need to find, and I have her notes right here. I have all my client notes from all my calls. I write them down, and then I transfer those notes into my computer system. So we were talking about, what I asked her, I said, I told her we need to create a plan for the weekends. So again, your weekends are an ally to your weekdays and not the enemy of your weekdays, because like most people, the weekends you're not working. So there's less structure on the weekends than the weekdays. It's much easier to follow a meal plan, a diet during the week because you're working and, whatever. On the weekends, you don't have that structure and you got more free time. So, they say, what do they say? An idle mind is the devil's playground. So again, we want the weekends to be allies to our weekdays. So you want to have a plan that works for you when you're in the house. It's a weekend and you're not out and about, but you're home. And you may not have a lot to do, so a lot of temptation can be around. So what do you do on the weekends under those circumstances? So one of her things was better planning. And a lot of times when we prep and we plan, we generally plan for the weekdays, Monday through Friday. We don't really plan for the weekends. So I tell my clients, meal prep for the weekdays and the weekends. Be prepared. Know what you're going to eat. The most successful people, when it comes to diet, they don't operate by just letting things happen, winging it. They operate from a plan. So plan your weekends as much as you plan your weekends. Your weekdays. Plan your weekends as much as you plan your weekdays. Now, you may want to prep something different for the weekends. You may want to plan something a little bit more exciting for the weekends, but you want to plan. Now, if you tend to go out on the weekends, know where you're going to go in advance. This is the same thing as planning. You may not be able to prep the food, but at least plan where you're going to go and start thinking about what you're going to eat now. Don't try to make it up in the moment when you're figuring it out. It's Saturday and you and your husband or whatever, you guys are planning when you're going to go out Saturday at 1:00. Plan it now. I know it kind of takes the spontaneity out of it and all that stuff, but if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And if you're serious about reaching these goals, you don't want to plan to fail. So either prep for the weekends like you would for the weekdays, or at least plan what you're going to be doing. Go into the weekends knowing you have a plan. Now, if you're going to be out and about, and this kind of goes back to me when I was out of the house mostly, training clients, either going to their homes or going to the gym. What I used to do is, and I'll still do it now, on times when I am going to clients' homes or going to the gym to train somebody, what I'll do is I have my lunchbox and I have either those pre-made protein shakes. I like the ones from is it Premier Protein? Think it might be. I think it might be Premier Protein. Um, but I was surprised. I tried some the other day, and I'm like, man, these things are good. And I looked at them. It's like 20. I think it's 20 grams of protein per bottle, and like 5 to 8 grams of carbs. And I think they even got a little fiber in them as well. So I was like, these are perfect. They don't need to be refrigerated. And obviously they taste better when they're cold, but they don't need to be refrigerated. So I'll have my lunchbox, those refreezable ice packs in it. I'll put a few of those in there. And this is good if I'm in between clients and their option is either stop at a restaurant, stop at a fast food place, or stop at a convenience store, or have this protein shake. Which is going to be the better of the options? For me, it's not stopping and drinking that protein shake. Or I'll have my shaker bottles with the protein in it already. I'll have a few water bottles in my bag. I put my bag on the passenger's floor seat. And when it's time to eat, but I can't because I'm in the car, instead of stopping somewhere, I'll put my protein, my shaker bottle in the cup holder, open it up, pour the water in, shake it up, and I'll drink it as I go. So therefore, it'll hold me over until I actually get home. Then you've got protein bars and you've got all of these, other protein snacks. But the key is to be prepared so that you're less likely to make a poor decision and you're better able to stick to your plan. Because again, we could easily, by not being prepared, end up, ruining a whole week of hard work in 1 or 2 days by just not being prepared or not caring. So those are some tips that you can use to prevent your weekends from being enemies of your weekdays and turn your weekends into allies of your weekdays. So let me know what you think about these tips, if you'll be using them. Even if you have any tips that I have not mentioned in this video, let's keep the conversation going down below in the comments, because you never know. You never know. Your tip might be the thing that helps someone else overcome their struggle. So let me know down below in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going. And if you need help on your journey, click the first link below in the description. And now they're deciding to cut their grass over there. Click the first link below in the description, fill out the form, and the two of us will figure out what we need to do together to get you from where you're at to where you want to be.